Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everyone is doing well on this beautiful autumnal morning here in the UK. And if you are based in Australia or America, I hope that you are doing well. In Oz, you're going into summer shortly. I've heard that it's already like hitting 30 something degrees. So yes, very exciting. It's a great month actually. I feel that the vibe in October is always one of promise. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite months when we go out driving, as long as it's not raining. It's kind of sunny and warm and lovely. We haven't yet had winter set in, but winter is coming. And one of the things that we need to work on right now as a accounting firm is decommoditizing you. Biggest question I have is not around how to get high value clients. It's not about how to do marketing and sales. It's about how to price services. And there is a problem when you come to price services, and that is that you're pricing services. And I want to talk to you about something that has transformed my clients when they have implemented it. Not all clients implement it, but you need to get your head around it because it will differentiate you in the marketplace and it will decommoditize by productizing your offering. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. It will decommoditize you and you will no longer be competing on price. You will no longer be competing with the bloke down the road. You'll no longer be competing with the guy from the pub because he is no longer your competitor because he doesn't know everything. And you will stand out. You will be seen as a vital accountant and you will make a difference in the world because you will not be offering tactics, which is what many of you offer at the moment. You offer, I can do your tax return, I can do your VAT, I can do your payroll. These are all tactics. These are all services that you offer. What we do instead is productize your entire offering. Okay, so you have to think of it as an offer. Okay, you productize your entire offering and you get people to buy your product, not your tactics, in brackets services. Okay, so what we do is we transform people's lives versus put a plaster over some of the problems that they have. And when you offer a transformational service, you will have people come to you. They won't question you on price. They'll see the value that they provide. They will feel safe and secure working with you. Okay. The reason why they'll feel safe and secure is because you'll take them from pain to solution. So they will no longer feel like, oh, I'm just putting a plaster over a problem. They'll no longer go, oh, how cheap are you? They will go, oh my gosh, I have to work with you, Mr. Vital Accountant, because you're transforming my business. All right. Now, one of the things that we have to do is eliminate the competition. As an accountant, you don't just compete with other accountants for your ideal client's money. You also compete with business coaches. Okay, you compete with the man down the pub. Definitely, you compete with him. You compete with the people themselves because they think that an Excel spreadsheet and Zero, like however much we love Zero or QuickBooks or Free Agent, you compete with them because you need to get your ideal client's business and show them that these are just tools that they can use, but what they need actually is a transformation. So what I'm talking to you today about is unpacking your intellectual property, having a system behind how you work with your clients. And I talk about it as a signature system. So it's a journey that you take your clients on. And we call it productizing your offering. Okay. Now, what we have to do is look at where your client is now, where they want to be in the next 3 years, and the milestones that these clients have to hit to get to that transformation. And we also have to understand with those milestones, what are the pains that your client is in at each stage along their journey. So if I was going to talk to you about my offer and the transformation that I actually give my clients, I first of all had to, when I was putting mine together, had to look at the pains that you were going through. And the first one is that you're not clear on your ideal client. The second one is you're not clear on how to articulate what it is that you do, so you cut through the noise. The third one is you're not clear how to get in front of your ideal client. That's the third pain that you have. The fourth pain is that when you're in front of your ideal client, you don't actually know how to get them into a conversation. And then the fifth pain that you have is that once you get them into a conversation, you don't know how to have that conversation so that you can present what it is that you do and get high value clients. And then finally, there is one overarching pain that you have, and that's all about mindset. You don't think you have enough time. You're not confident in what it is that you do. You're not confident in marketing and sales. So I have put together an offer. I've productized my offering. I call it the Scalable Six, that overcomes each one of those pains. Okay. So I want you now to think about your ideal client. What is the pain of your ideal client? And what are the pains that they go through? What are the biggest problems that they have when they want to work with you? So the first one, if you're working with, say you're working with an established firm, your ideal client is someone like a dentist, for example. Let's choose dentists. So your ideal client is a dentist. They have a business already. They have a few dentists that work with them. They run a dentist practice and they have problems. First of all, they're not clear on whether or not they're pricing right. Okay, so one of their problems is they don't know about pricing. Second problem is that their cash flow is terrible, especially with everything that has gone on in this economic climate. So their cash flow is terrible. Thirdly, they're paying way too much tax and they're not taking home enough pain. So you could create an offer that is specifically for dentists that transforms their lives by, first of all, pricing, getting their pricing right. Secondly, about making sure that they have great cash flow. And thirdly, that they take home enough money. And you can put together an offer that says how you transform their lives over 3 years, enabling them to then have an offer that that you take to your dentist and you say, right, to work with us over 3 years, the investment is 30K. And from that, you will get some key outcomes. So what are the outcomes that they would get from working with you? Well, first of all, they would increase their prices and increase their profits. Secondly, they would never, ever have to worry about money because they've always got money in the bank. And thirdly, they'd be taking home more money so they can buy a bigger house, spend it on holidays, spend it with their children, whatever it is. But you offer a transformation and they go from really stressed to really like enjoying and getting the life back into their business, and they have joy in their business. Now, one of my clients created I call it a signature system. So one of my clients created a signature system and they called it the freedom journey. And it took someone from feeling completely shackled with no freedom, so they were running a business and they had no freedom in their business, to the solution with 3 years of working with them was a freedom journey that they went on, and then they got to freedom. Now, the great thing about the freedom journey was they were actually selling it for about 14K a year. Okay, so they were selling it for 14K a year, but that wasn't including the compliance services. Okay, so they have productized their offering and turned it into something super amazing that was transformational for their potential clients and their current clients. So the great thing about when you productize your offering is you can sell it to your current clients as well as new clients. So when you're trying to get new clients into the business, you can articulate your offer well. But when you're working with your current clients, you can have a conversation with them and say, listen, we've put together this program and we would like to support you on it. Would you like to find out about it? They'll say, yes, I would like to find out about it. Of course they would, because it's transformational. You articulate what you do, and a few of your current clients will upgrade and then end up paying you more. Okay, so we have to get rid of all of the IP, all of the things that you subconsciously do. We have to dejunk it out of your brain and put it onto a piece of paper and look at the pains your client has, and then look at the solution that you actually give your clients when you work with them, and put it into different milestones. And it's a journey that you take them on, a roadmap, a blueprint. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. It is a journey that people have to go when they work with you. And what's really interesting is I've been doing this with my accountant. So we've been with our accountant. And the first year I said to him, I said, this is my goal. This is what I want to achieve. First thing I want to do was buy a second property, a place by the sea. And he kind of went, oh, really? Okay. So we had to put together a strategy for my business that enabled me to take enough money out of the business so that I could put a deposit down on a second home by the sea. And he wasn't sure whether or not I would do it. He was a new accountant to us, so he didn't know my personality. And he wasn't sure we were going to do it, but he helped us structure the business so that we could do that. And you know what? It worked. And I wasn't buying into his services. I was buying into the fact that this is what I wanted to achieve. And he had to help me do that as the accountant and set up my business in that way so I could buy a second property. And he advised me on how much mortgage I could get if I took this amount of money out of my business, and if I took it through dividends, if I took it through pay, how I would run my business in that way. So that was the first thing. The second year, I've said to him, right, okay, now what I want to do, I've got that one property. I want to buy another one. I want to buy another one for my son. Then I want to rent that out to my son. So how much money do I now need to be taking out of the business to then have 3 mortgages so that I can then make sure that I get agreed all of these mortgages? How do I set my business up? And he's like, well, actually, the way that dividends are going to be distributed might change because the government have to now start getting back the government are now starting to think about how are they going to get back the money that they have given us over the past 6 months. So what might happen is we might not be able to take dividends, or if you keep on taking dividends like that, Amanda, your next lot of dividends that you take are going to be charged at 32.5% tax, I think it was that he was saying. So it's like, oh, right, okay, so I need to structure my business now in a way where I might get paid more. Do I, now that my son is 18, do I need to bring him into the business and start paying him dividends and start getting him involved in the business? There's so many different things, but he never ever talks to me about payroll. He never talks to me about, all the nitty gritty stuff that I really don't give a monkey's about. What he talks to me about is how are we going to structure your business so that we can get to that end result? You want another property. How are we going to structure your business so you can take enough money out to get the car that you want to get? These are the things that we're working on this year. Now, it's really important that you understand the language that he uses with me. I don't understand, and this isn't a problem. I don't understand profit and loss. And he gives me these pages of reports and he takes me through it. And I'm like, yeah, that's okay. How much money have I got? Have I got money in the bank? Have I got profit? And all these things. And he's like, yes, this is what we're focusing on. We're making sure you've got money in the bank. We're making sure you've got profit. And what he talks about is a journey that he is taking me on. Now, as my accountant, he hasn't productized what he's done. I've clearly articulated what I want. So he's created that product to fit in with me. But when it comes to my clients, what we do is we get super clear on the journey that your ideal client needs to go on to go from absolute pain all the way through to transformation and all the way through to going, oh my gosh, I've achieved my goals. And none of it is about payroll. None of it is about VAT. None of it is about the little minutiae that we as business owners do not want to think about. Okay, we don't want you to sell us tax. We don't want you to sell us payroll. We don't want you to sell us, all of these nitty gritty things. What we want is you to sell us a transformation. We're running a business. The reason we're running that business is because we have an end goal. It might be that you want to run, that we want to run a business that, makes a huge impact on the world. It might be that we want to run a business to give us freedom outside of our business. But you never talk to us about that. All you do is talk to us about the tactics, and that is not going to motivate us to choose you as the accountant. What it's going to do is ask us to question your price, and we'll compare your price with another accountant. Okay? So what I really want you to understand is that when you can productize your offering, when you can take all of the little things that you do and start articulating them in a way that shows that we're going to go on a journey with you to achieve our end goal, then we start to look at paying you a decent amount of money. It's no longer about who's the cheapest. It's about the one who can help us achieve our goals. Okay? So you take all of your intellectual IP, everything that you've been doing unconsciously. So you're unconsciously competent. Okay, you do things every single day, and you've not sat down and gone, oh my gosh, I do this, and this is the journey I take my clients on. You never map it out. You're just unconsciously competent. However, you need to be consciously competent so you can articulate what it is that you do, so that we can buy from you that transformation, and we can buy into your knowledge and your expertise versus buying into the tactics that you have. Okay, and I call it a signature system. It's a methodology, it's a roadmap, it's a blueprint. Doesn't matter how you articulate it, But the thing that is going to differentiate you in the marketplace is just this. And you will notice that whenever I do training, like not now, but whenever I do training, whenever I talk about methods to get from A to B, I put it around a model. I put it around an image. And not only when you articulate what it is that you do, but when you draw it around a model, when you have a 3-step system, when you have a triangle with things around it, when you have circles and in those circles are a journey that you go on, when you have boxes and you have 3 milestones and you have 9 boxes that you strategies underneath those milestones that you take people through, when you start drawing it out, people don't think about the price, they think about the transformation. And it's a pretty powerful thing. And I would say that 99.9% of businesses, of accountants, you don't do it. You don't do it. And I've worked with a handful of clients that have taken the signature system and run with it. Now, let me give you a few other things that are really important about the signature system. And one of your problems is that you have no idea what to talk about in your marketing. Imagine if you get super clear on your signature system, your signature offer, if you get super clear on that, that then gives you all the ammunition that you need to talk about in your marketing. It gives you the videos. It gives you the blogs that you want to write. It gives you a huge list of things that you can write about because you've taken all that intellectual property out of your head and you have put it down on paper and you've turned it into a methodology. And that methodology is something that makes all of your marketing coherent. It's that thing that makes all of your marketing actually feel like a solution rather than tactics. And what we have to do is stop selling tactics, stop selling the really tiny things that you do and start sharing a solution of transformation. So no more tactical, all transformational. And in that you can weave in the stories, you can weave in the case studies, you can weave in why you do what you do. In that you can weave in your values, and all of a sudden you are running a business. Now, there's another benefit as well. Like, I love signature system, it's my favorite thing. There's another benefit to productizing, to decommoditize, okay? And that productizing to decommoditize is once you've productized, your business, your accounting firm will be worth more. So if you're in startup mode, I would say this is quite difficult because you may not have worked with lots of clients to understand the journey that you take them on. But if you've got a few clients, or if you are a very established firm, so if you're watching this and you are established and you're a multi-partner firm, you've got 40 staff, you've got thousands of clients, the moment you productize your offering, the moment your firm becomes more valuable. If you want to sell your firm, if you want to actually have someone buy it from you, you have to understand that productizing what you do, turning it into a methodology and creating visual images around it makes it an asset to your business. And the more assets that you have in your business, the more your business will be worth. Okay, so you have to understand this is a journey that you're going to go on, okay? And what you need to do is get super clear on your ideal client's pains, how you transform their pains into an moment of, yay, I've achieved my goals, okay? No more tactical, it's all transformational. And you will find that people will not question you on price. They won't ask for that discount because you are selling them, and you're selling them a product rather than a list of services. And when you've done that and you sell this product and you sell this transformation, they won't say, oh, can I remove that? Can I have a discount on that? Because they'll see that they need all of it to get to their goals. So key things you need to do is understand your ideal client, understand their pains, understand their fears, frustrations, their wants, their aspirations. You have to understand what it is that they want in life. So that's all about conversations. So in your offer, in your signature system, in your transformational offer, you do have to have conversations with people, okay? And when you are super clear on that, you will have a very, very, very successful accounting firm because you've productized your offering and no longer offering tactics. Hope this is helpful. This is my favorite thing. I love product, okay? I love turning IP or intellectual property into a successful product. We're going to be creating some training around this. I hope that it's coming before Christmas. I'm going to create a training program on this, just so that you can learn to do this. The thing that I would say is get in there fast. And the reason why is because no accountants do this at the moment. And what will happen is you'll transform your business, and you will be light years ahead of people. You'll raise yourself above the noise. Your sales will be so much easier, and your pricing will be so much easier, and you won't have people question you on price. So we're going to be introducing this before the end of the year. Fingers crossed, if I've got time. I need to get it sorted. All right, let me know your biggest takeaway. What do you think? Maria, thank you so much for taking out some of the key things that I've said. I really appreciate that, sweetheart. Let me know below. Other than Maria, what's been your biggest takeaway? How are you going to change the way that you articulate what you do and the offer that you give your ideal clients? Let me know below. And if you would like some help in getting those high value clients, then send me a message on Facebook or LinkedIn with the word momentum, and I will show you how to get high value clients. You cannot productize until you have a few clients, because you need to understand the journey and you need to understand your ideal client, which means that you need to have a few clients first. So don't think about productizing to decommoditize until you have that lead generation and you've had lots of conversations with people. All right, I'll catch up with you soon, and have an amazing day. See you later. Bye.